Hello everyone and welcome to the study guide lesson 5-5 found on page 105 of your study guide. We're going to continue looking at proportional and non-proportional relationships. Proportional meaning they work equally together, they increase at the same rate and decrease at the same rate. Non-proportional means there is no pattern. When they are proportional, we have a constant. Okay, so what does that mean in math? What is the math definition of the word constant? In math, it means a number without a variable, meaning the number remains constant. It doesn't vary. Okay, so it's a number that will not change. It could change in value, but it will change at the same rate. Okay, it will not. The rule would remain the same. In real world definition, it means unchanging, as in no change and remaining the same, or steadfast. Okay, let's take a look at the quick review. Describe how you would graph 4, 5. Okay, 4, 5 on a coordinate grid. Well, remember that the 4 is your x-axis and 5 is your y coordinate. Okay, so we would move from the origin. Move 4 units to the right, and on the y-axis, or in the y-coordinate, we move 5 units up because it's a positive value. So when it's positive, we move to the right and then 5 up. We start at the origin and move from the origin, move 4 units to the right because it's positive, and 5 units up. Please copy this as a key answer. Real world link. Dances. The tickets for a school dance will be glow-in-the-dark wristbands. Students on the advisory council found the cost of the wristbands from 2 companies, as shown in the table. So we have the total cost right there from the 2 companies. We have Glow Time is a company, and Superglow is the other company, and we have the number of wristbands. Over here for 40 wristbands, okay, is $14. Or $16 here. So clearly there's a $2 discrepancy there. For 60 it's $21 here or 18 here. So it seems like it starts to get cheaper for Superglow. And then for 80 wristbands it's $28 here and 20 here. Wow, definitely Superglow is the better option, right? It looks like each one is 25 cents, right? Because 20 is a quarter of 80. So it looks like here it's 28 cents. While here it's going to be slightly more. So we're going to see how the rates compare, the ratios from here. Okay, let's see here. For Glow Time wristbands, fill in the boxes to write the ratios of cost to number of wristbands in simplest form. Okay, so we have 40, as you see here, right? I can't zoom that in any further, I don't think. No, that's fine. Okay, so we have 40 at $40. That would mean that 20 would be 7, right? $7, because if I cut the bottom in half, I must cut the bottom in half too. So we have $7, right? If I went down by half here, I have to go half here too. So if 40 of them are $14, 20 would be $7. Speaking logically. If 60, okay, we can simplify this. They're both divisible by 3, where I have 20 here, and again $7 there. In simplest form, is that what they want us to do? Write it in simplest form, yes. And then over here, if I divide both, I can't divide them by 3, but I can divide them both by 4. So I have 20 again, and 28 divided by 4 is 7 again. It seems like it is a constant, proportional rate. This is all proportional. Write the ratios as decimals. What do these decimals represent? Okay, so 7 out of 20. It would be 1/3 exactly if it was 7 over 21, right? 7 over 21 would be 1/3. But it's slightly more than that because this is less than 21, so it's going to be slightly more. 1/3 is decimal 33, so this is going to be slightly more than that. I'm going to estimate a decimal 35. Let's check with the calculator. Yes, each one is 0.35. When you check it with the calculator, so that's what they each translate to, and that means that this is the unit rate. Okay, this is how much each wristband will cost, or the cost of each wristband in dollars. Please copy that down. For Superglow wristbands, Fill in the boxes to write the ratios of cost to number of wristbands in simplest form. Okay, I guess we're simplifying these fractions again. So here it looks like I went down by 4, right? I divided it by 4, so let's divide the top by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to divide this by 6 so that I get 10 again. And if I divide 18 divided by 6, I get 3. And again, I can divide this one down to, I can divide it down to 10. So I divide it by 8, right? Or, but wait a minute, I can't divide 20 by 8. So what I can do is find a number they both divide into. And I know they both divide by 4. And when I divide that by 4, I get 5. Okay? And if I divide that, I'm going to get 2.5 at the top, 2.5. A complex fraction, 2.5 over 10. So is this proportional? Clearly it is not, right? Because at this rate, I have 4 for $10. I get 3. When I get this many, I'm getting 3 for $10. And when I get this many, I get 5 for $20, or 2.5. So write the ratios as decimals. So here we have 4 tenths, so we have 4 in the 10th place as a decimal. Here we have 3 tenths, so 3 in the 10th place. And then we have 1 quarter. 5 here, if I were to simplify that, it would become 1 out of 4, right? So it's 25%, or 1 quarter, 2.5. It's 0.25. So what do you notice about the simplified ratios for glow time and super glow? We notice that they're different, right? The simplified ratios for glow time are the same, while the simplified ratios for super glow are different. Oh, what happened to my word different? And there it is. So yeah, we can say because these are the same, this is proportional, and because these are all different, this is non-proportional. So there you go. Okay, on the next page, we have to identify proportional relationship. Determine if the relationship shown is proportional. Justify your conclusion. So explain your conclusion. Time, 1 hour is 50 minutes. That means for every 1 here, I'm going to have 50 down here. So when I double this to 2, I should double the 50 to 100, right? But look, it doesn't. It goes to 45. If I triple it, so 1 here will be 3 here, shouldn't this one triple be 150? But it's not. And if I quadruple it, 1 to 4, I should quadruple this to 200. It does. So these two are definitely proportional. You see that? Because 1 and 4 and 50 times 4 is 200. But these in the middle are not. So it is not a constant rate of change. So determine if the relationship is proportional. It is not proportional. Not all the ratios are equal. So there is not a constant of proportionality. What we mean by that is that when we have 50 in 1 hour, it's not the same as 90 in 2 hours, which is also not the same as 165 in 3 hours. It's just not the same. Please copy this down as a key answer. Okay, next we have use proportional relationships. Let's see. Each table represents a proportional relationship. Complete each table. Then write the constant of proportionality in simplest form. Explain what the constant of proportionality means. So we're just going to explain the unit rate, really. What they mean by constant of proportionality is the unit rate. How is it changing? And we can see here that it's time is 1 and 12. So every 1 is 12. You see that? Every 1 is 12. 2 will be 24. 3 will be 36. 4 will be 48. And 5, I think you know this, if it's every 12, 5 times 12 is 60. Okay, what is the constant of proportionality? Well, we just saw it. For every 12 we have 1, or for every 1 is 12, or just simply the constant is 12. In a statement, we would write that as $12 is earned for every hour worked. Okay, let's try number 2. We see that we have tickets ordered. We ordered 2 tickets and we're going to pay $50. That means that 1 ticket will be half of this, which is 1 to 25, right? I'm going to just write that over here on the side. 1 ticket is $25, or we just say $25 for 1 ticket, right? This is the other way to write the ratio. So so that you have $25 when you divide it, right? When you divide 25 divided by 1, you get just $25. Okay, that would be our constant of proportionality. But since we're doing it by 2s, let's just continue to count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2 is 50. That means if I double this, I must double this. So if I double this to 4, I double this to 100. If I triple it, 2 to 6 is tripled, right? If I triple it, I must triple this, and when I triple it, I get 150. If I quadruple it means make it 4, I must quadruple the bottom, and I get 200. If I multiply it by 5 to make it 5 times greater, this one will also become 5 times greater to $250, right? So the price per ticket is $25. So the constant of proportionality is 25 to 1, or we can simply say it's just 25. The price per ticket is $25. Please go ahead and copy all this down as a key answer, especially this part right here in this sentence. And lastly, you can go ahead and write your own summary on two or three sentences on what you learned. Remember that you learned about the definition of constant in math, which means there's no varying of the number. The number changes at the same rate. Or in real definition, it means unchanging. You learn to simplify fractions or ratios and to identify constant rate of change, and if things are proportional or non-proportional, if changes are proportional or non-proportional.